Like many of you, I tend to watch some camping YouTube videos from time to time. Now, also, like many of you, sometimes you notice some things. Sometimes you're like, one of these, or, one of these. So today I'm gonna go over the top 5 overrated things about YouTube camping videos. I might burn some bridges with this one, but to even it out, after I give the top 5 most overrated, I'm gonna do the top 5 underrated. A little negativity and then offset by some positivity. So let's go. Number 1, van life. Never really been a big fan of the van life. Not really sure I would even consider van life camping in some situations. Obviously, if you're kind of driving into the backwoods and setting up a little camp with your van, that's camping. Sleeping in a Walmart parking lot, not camping. Stop calling it camping. It's not camping. You're not camping. Is sleeping in a hotel camping? No. Is sleeping at your friend's house camping? It's not camping. Just because you're not home and sleeping in a weird place, it's not camping. There's just this overwhelming attitude of like passive aggressiveness that a lot of these, especially younger van life couples have, where you can kind of tell that they're super over it, but they have to sell you on the van life, or maybe even sell themselves on the van life because they are so invested in it. But you ever watch one of these like younger couple van life videos, and just the passive aggressiveness when these couples talk to each other, just the sheer and utter, you could just feel the contempt. It's usually like 2 people and like a dog or 2 jammed into a van, and they're trying to tell you that this is like a superior way of life, that they somehow cracked the code.
We absolutely love this lifestyle and will continue to travel for as long as we can.
But they somehow figured out something that you didn't figure out, and that's living in a van. Speaking of vans, sorry about that going on in the background. We are in a city. So yeah, van life, super overrated. Don't really dig those videos. Haven't watched them in a long time, but I remember how just kind of like nothing they were. And you know, they gotta like pay the bills with the YouTube videos. You know, that's usually how it goes. That's terrible. Yeah, I can't, yeah, no way. The next overrated thing in the YouTube camping video community is everyday carry, the EDC guys. Now, there's nothing inherently wrong with everyday carry, but the fact that you're making a video of all the things you're keeping in your pockets, just in case you gotta like, get out fast.
Your everyday carry could be the defining factor that dictates whether you go home to your family or not.
Now, if there was an EDC guy to hear me say that, he'd probably say something like, well, I'd be the first guy you turn to when things started going wrong. No, you're not.
Usually I'll just bring one, you know, I'll just bring the laptop or the iPad, but sometimes I'll bring them both.
I'm not gonna turn to a guy who likes to make videos about the things he keeps in his pockets. And by the way, it's all the same stuff. Every EDC video is like the same thing. It's like,
I just keep this in my pocket, and it's great for, you know, anything that you use a knife or utility blade for.
Here's my this knife in case that happens, and here's my other knife in case that happens, and here's a lighter, and here's some duct tape wrapped around the lighter, and here it's just I don't know, it's just kind of boring. Got nothing inherently wrong with it. It's just kind of like, it's like you know, I gotta be honest, it's just like a little douchey. That's kind of what it is. I'll be up front. It's just it's given the douche vibes, that's all. So yeah, number 2 on the list of most overrated YouTube camping video things is everyday carry. Nobody cares, guys.
God forbid you find yourself in a self-defense situation. Man, that goes right in.
The third most overrated thing in YouTube camping videos are survival challenges. Now this comes with a caveat, because some survival challenges are really awesome. Like, some of them are quite entertaining and take a ton of skill to pull off. But a lot of these are not. The challenge is, I bring everything I need to go camping, and then I camp with it. You know, stuff like that. They can be fun and kitschy. I kind of like the ones where it's like, yeah, $50 at Walmart, $20 at Temu. You know, those things are fun. But a lot of these are just like, I went to an island with a tent and a fishing pole, and I spent the night. It's like, that's okay, man. Like, word, you know. It's just, I think a lot of people try to ride the coattails of the people that are good at survival challenges and just use the word survival challenge because it gets clicks, when most of the time you're just camping like slightly more uncomfortably than you normally would. That's not really a challenge. Now, if you're gonna be like, I spent 30 days on an island with no food and no shelter, that's a challenge. And you got people like Field Days, who's super skilled at what he does, so even his challenges aren't challenging. He's like, I'm just gonna go to the beach and like eat a crab. You know, like to me and you, that's an incredible challenge. To him, he's doing that all the time. It's not really a challenge. But yeah, it's, you know, some of these survival challenges are just a little wishy-washy, if you ask me. Hey, survival challenge, sleeping in the woods on a piece of wood and a mattress, survival challenge. The next most overrated thing are camping story videos. I feel like maybe I'm a little bitter on this one because sometimes they have awesome titles and awesome thumbnails that really like grab you. Or like, oh, I want to see this, and it's just like somebody sitting there telling you about something that happened to them, like at some point in their life.
Today's episode is a very creepy and highly disturbing camping story.
And you know, I can understand where some people would get enjoyment from that. I find them completely overrated. Some of these things have like millions of views, where someone's just like, yeah, one night I was sleeping in my tent, I heard some crazy sounds, and I looked out, and I didn't see anything, but it was insane. I was terrified the whole time. You know, these things generally fall kind of flat. Editing Kevin here. I totally forgot to mention the AI generated camping story videos during this segment. I was focused on just like somebody talking at a camera camping story videos. But yeah, the AI camping story videos are annoying too. And you know what I'm talking about. They got AI pictures and an AI voice reading everything. And it's just sourced from other places. Those suck too. Okay, anyway, back to it. I understand. Believe me, I know you're kind of in the throes of it. You can't get out camping every week, so sometimes you have to fill spaces with videos that aren't camping, and camping story videos kind of fill that, I guess. I don't know. I feel like that's a little self-indulgent, maybe. I don't know. Self-indulgent isn't really the right word. Boring. Really find them boring. I think, you know, out of the myriad camping story videos I've watched over the year, one I remember, and I think that was like, what was that? What was her name? Homemade Wanderlust or something like that, talking about like hiking on the AT and some weirdo guy trying to sleep in her tent or something. That was a weird one. And she had like photos and footage of this stuff to back it up. It wasn't just someone sitting in their garage regaling tales with dubious details. So yeah, camping story videos, not for me. Hey, it looks like somebody's making their own little camping video. Yeah? Yeah, it's pretty good. That's where I was gonna go film. Actually, it looks kind of abandoned. Yeah, whatever. Okay, the final most overrated thing on YouTube camping videos, before I get into the most underrated things on YouTube camping videos, are compound build videos. Now, compound build videos aren't that bad by themselves. That's fine. Make your compound, show people how you build it, whatever. My gripe comes from people that were making great camping content, and then they make some YouTube money when they get popular, and now all of their videos are like, making a pond in my backyard, building a shed in my yard, creating this in my yard. You know, they get that YouTube camping money, and I don't blame them. You know, you're into this stuff, now you have the money to do it. You still need to make content. Whoa, it's windy. Sorry, the camera's kind of going back and forth. I get it, but I don't find it entertaining. If you know, subscribe to someone or like watching their videos because they like to go camping, and then other people like to do that, and then they get popular and they make money. It's a trajectory you see a lot of campers go on. Some of them are smart and make a second channel for that stuff, which I think is probably the way to go, but a lot of people don't. Looking at you, Wooded Beardsman, it's completely different content is the problem for me. Again, nothing wrong with it. They could be cool, you know. I'm not saying I haven't enjoyed a good compound build video, but it's usually within that trajectory, totally overrated. I don't think it's the right move. Make a second channel for that stuff, guys. You know, this is fun. I get to punch up get to punch up a little bit, because I don't make that much money. I have my own compound, and maybe I'm just a little jealous. Oh, it kind of stinks over here, but yeah, definitely abandoned. Nobody's here. There's holes in the tent. There's like burn holes, actually. Yeah, definitely burn holes. There's a calendar. That's nice. Reading some magazines. Ooh, they got creamy peanut butter. There you go. Yeah, cool. Well, you know, at least they have, or had, nice scenery. Some wood in case they want to make a fire. I don't see any place where they were having a fire, but it does kind of stink over here, so I'm not going to go too far. Okay, now for the top 5 most underrated things on YouTube camping videos. Now, some of these things are videos that people love and cherish and are aware of. Some of these are more obscure, but I'm going to label them as underrated because sometimes, even if you know the video I'm talking about, even if it's like these videos get millions of views, how are they underrated? Because I don't think a lot of people quite understand the logistics of some of these videos. I'm just going to rapid fire these off because obviously these aren't as entertaining as me griping at my peers. So the first one is weird builds. I know these get a lot of traction. I'm talking about like people with bicycle-powered boats, and I did this battery-powered thing, and I camped in the stuff. I think Quiet Nerd does a lot of these. These videos are fantastic, obviously very popular, but I think what people don't grasp about these videos is how much self-restraint and skill it takes to probably spend a month or 2 or more building something and then turning it into a 20-minute video instead of like chronicling, instead of trying to squeeze that out, making it a 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever video. It takes a lot of restraint on their part to do so much work behind the scenes like that for a 20-minute, half-hour payoff video. So a shout out to the Weird Build guys. Not only is it fascinating content, but it takes so much effort. I'm sure, I don't know, I'm not weird building stuff. Maybe it takes them a day or 2, but I think it's pretty clear it's a lot longer than that. The next most underrated thing on YouTube camping videos are silent people who don't speak English camping. Ingenious. It's basically opening up their camping skills and videos and prowess to a whole new audience simply by not speaking. Some of these videos have like non-alphanumeric titles, or they have like English and then, like Japanese or whatever. But it opens up to a completely new audience. So, shout out to those people for having the foresight to do that. And oftentimes they're very entertaining. There's very little fat on these videos. They're usually in the pouring rain. A lot of these videos are in like more tropical jungly areas, and it's just like constantly raining. So shout out to you guys. You're a little underrated, and I appreciate you. On the flip side of that, I want to give a shout out to the movie videos. You guys know what I'm talking about. These videos are generally like 2.5+ hour long videos. They're not always called the movie. Like I'm pretty sure like Matthew Posa has super long videos that he is just like camping with my dogs. But a lot of these are more edited, have, music and a through line and stuff like that, to where it's more, movie-esque. It's not just camping. It is, but it's a little bit more than that generally. So shout out to the movie guys. I know these are super popular, but I don't think you guys understand how much work and effort it would take to film a 2.5-3 hour long entertaining video and edit it and have people want to watch it. Like all that. You could make a 3-hour video like easily. I could stand here for 3 hours, make a video that way. But yeah, underrated. The movie videos. I hope to make a movie video of myself one day. I've talked about it on live streams. Check me out on live streams every once in a while. I'll talk about all this stuff. People are going by on bikes. I'm pretty sure they think I live here. Anyway, the next most underrated thing on YouTube camping videos are thumbnails. I don't think you guys understand how much of a big deal thumbnails are unless you're already somebody who's making videos for YouTube. Thumbnails can make or break a video. You want people to click on the video you made. Without a good thumbnail, they're just not going to do that. On the flip side, a good thumbnail can promote a really crappy video. Like, let's go back to the story time videos. I've been duped so many times by great thumbnails and titles. I'm like, oh, it's a story time video. Great. Yeah, thumbnails do a lot of heavy lifting. So if you see a good thumbnail, appreciate it. Appreciate a good thumbnail. Some of these people go way over the top with the thumbnails, especially some of the people that specialize in cooking, where the thumbnail is like them with this like whole spread and they're like, or whatever. Like, yeah, it's kind of hokey, but like the amount of time and effort it took to make a thumbnail like that, you gotta appreciate it. You gotta give props to it. Now, the last most underrated thing about YouTube camping videos is, drum roll please, doing it at all. And if anybody is out there who likes to make their own YouTube camping videos, you understand how much effort just simply making a camping video is. I can tell you, I've made quite a few myself. Anyone can tell you. It's not the easiest thing. You look at other YouTubers out there who are like, oh, they get to sit in a chair and then like talk at the camera for 13 minutes about a movie they saw. That must be nice. You know, not like we're all given like random YouTube jobs and, oh, they got the better one. You know, of course we choose to do this because we love to do it. But that doesn't mean that it's not difficult to not only find a place to camp there, and somehow make it entertaining enough for people to want to watch you sit in the woods. So shout out to all the people that I just insulted with the overrated portion of the video. It does take a ton of effort to do this, unless you're an EDC guy. That doesn't take a lot of effort at all. But sorry if you're an EDC guy. let me know in the comments why I should care about EDC. I don't know why I'm going off on EDC specifically. I really don't care that much. A moose or something. Anyway, doing it at all. This guy knows. So let me know, what do you guys think are the most underrated or overrated things about YouTube camping videos? You're the one, you're watching it. You're watching a YouTube camping channel right now, so I assume you watch others. I could be the only one. Who knows? Well, anyway, so let me know down in the comments just how furious you are about my distaste for EDC videos. Well, this has been Small Plots with Kevin. I'm Kevin. Don't forget, new episodes of Small Plots every Tuesday. It's not always camping videos. It's tough to get out camping. Hopefully next week I might have some time. We'll see. Well, thanks for watching till the end here, everybody, and I'll catch you on that EDC sucks, everybody, next. I'm so sorry, EDC guys.